Hey, it's Bill. I've been working on a gasifier stove. I've seen a lot of them on YouTube, and I'm kind of partial to a wood fire, so I thought I'd try one out. Came up with a pretty uh, inexpensive idea. Now, it's probably not as inexpensive as two tin cans, but this works just as well. This works right in my system that I carry, my peak system. Fits right in there nice. And what I've done, this is just the end of a double-walled flue pipe that you would use on a furnace or a water heater or such like that. And they already come with this top crimped together. It's the tip end of just a section of flue pipe. And I cut it off, and they're double-walled on the inside, you can see. And what I've done is I've cut me some tabs there. And what those tabs are for is to set my grate in there on that supports my grate to hold my fuel up off the bottom. And of course, I still got my vent holes, and where it's double walled, it does a gasifier effect on the inside. And it's pretty sturdy. Now, I start mine a little bit different than some people do. This one anyway, and I'll show you. Just got some shavings here. I'm just gonna pop right here. I'll wipe that out because I'm actually going to be using that. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my pegs back in there. And this is not complicated. I mean, I just randomly pick whichever one of these little gasifier holes I want to put these pegs in. And they just fit right down inside there, and they support the pot pretty well. And I can pretty much choose the height. So what I've got there, you can see I've got my shavings down inside. Now what I'm hoping, and I've done this a few times, it's worked, so let's hope it works on the camera as well, is that because the way I've got mine built, I can do my tinder pile on the ground. And let's just see if we can fire this off with this strike force. Now instead of grabbing your striker and doing that number right there, which can sometimes distort your tinder pile and throw it everywhere, if you'll just grab it and just hold good pressure on it and use your thumb against your other thumb, you can push that without it getting out of control. So there, we got that set. Hope you guys can see that. Now what I'm going to do is let that catch up there just a second, and I'm hoping that that'll light my shavings in the bottom of my stove here and get us rocking and rolling. And you'll see how fast this gasification takes effect. Okay, we'll go ahead and drop some small twigs right down in there. And what I've seen is just about all of them smoke right away until that the fire takes effect down in there and starts the gasification effect. You can see that it's already starting. Get that going there. I've got a little treat today as well. I don't know how many of you out there know what fried green tomatoes are, but fixing to show you. And you can see right there when that gasification starts taking effect, most of the smoke disappears. It reburns all the carbon and the fuel twice actually. So we should be able to cook with a very small amount of fuel. We're just going to find out what we can do here. I've done some boiling tests on this thing. Be honest with you, I barely got a boil going before all the ash goes down and stops up the grate on the inside. So I'm not really sure how some of the tin can models actually work and why they don't stop up so quick. I can almost get a rolling boil out of this thing. Now what we're going to do here today, just go ahead and utilize this fire and to see what it'll actually do. I've already got prepared here some fried green tomatoes. We'll let that pan heat up. Now I don't know if many of them know what fried green tomatoes are. Now it's easy, just any sweet cornbread mix you can come up with, whatever works for you guys. Slice your tomatoes pretty thin. Green tomatoes. I'm going to see if we can fry us up some here. Just see what that gasifier stove will do. Now it seems to be burning pretty good. And I want to keep adding just a small amount of fuel because I know that this thing will cook up pretty quick as far as that wood. And like I said, whenever I was trying to boil water with it, I could almost get my peak pot, which holds a little more than 2 cups, almost get it boiling before it got down to coals, and then it seemed to want to stop the grate up. So if any of you guys got any good ideas for these gasifier stoves, how to keep that from happening, unless they're really just meant for just steeping water and not necessarily boiling or cooking on. If that's the case, I probably don't want it with me. But it seems to be doing okay. Like I said, there's pretty good flame there, you can see, and it's just a small amount of twigs in there. Now fried green tomatoes, they take a little while to render down, so I'm not going to sit and make you watch the whole video here. Just wanted to show you this gas stove here and my gasifier and how it works. It seems to be doing pretty good. Just wanted to try something else out there, just another technique that some other people came up with, and I wanted to see how it worked. We'll let that fry up a little bit more there before we flip it. But I'll pop you back in here in just a few minutes and let you see how this thing's doing. As of right now, it seems to be burning pretty good and pretty clean. So I'll get back with you here in just a minute. Okay, just wanted to bring you back in a little bit early. How in the world do you guys cook on these gasifier stoves? Like I said, unless I'm just using it for the completely wrong thing, maybe those guys don't cook, they just warm up tea or something. I just really not seeing much of the point in this guy. I'm really having to keep the twigs through to it. I mean, it's burning good and it's producing a nice amount of coals in there. But I've been, mostly just cooking over an open fire, and that seems to work pretty good. Just wanted to try the stove here. Come up with a nice little idea. It works for me. Probably work for other people too. It's a nice stout stove. It wouldn't burn up anything like a tin can would. I mean, it cooks just fine, but I'm really having to stay on top of it, and I expect probably about any minute that grate's going to get stopped up. And like I said, if you guys got any ideas out there, maybe you can let me in on it. Now maybe the trick is to kind of move it off of the coals that falls through. That seemed to help get some oxygen going again. So maybe that's the trick to it. But if any of you guys have any real secrets out there, let me know. And if you like this idea, let me know. It seems to work pretty good. But like I said, I'm kind of an open fire kind of guy, so that's probably going to be my way. I'm probably never going to put this thing in my pack. I've tried it out here, like I said, over the last few days, and I've tried to boil water several times. I've burnt wood several times. I've even tried to extend the bottom out to make a larger ash collector, and that still don't keep the grate from getting stopped up on the inside of the stove. So that's really the biggest problem with me or with mine. I don't know if it's that problem with everybody else. It's a cool idea. I could have easily just warmed up some coffee or something of that nature and made some tea. And but to actually cook, well, I mean, I've had to pretty much fuel the fire just to work on 2 slices of tomato here. So I'm sure that probably wouldn't do too much. Now I'll show you what's going on. I'm just going to set this out of the way. Let you guys sign off on me here. See what's happening? I mean, it's just bunching up in there. I've got some good coals going on, and I'm sure that would cook for just a period longer. But for really to do any amount of cooking, and I've stoked this thing already twice off camera. So I'm not really seeing much of a point with these gasifier stoves, not these miniature ones anyway. Like I said, other than just warming up some coffee or whatnot. So if you guys got any good ideas out there, you know, that might help me out or help me understand how these things work a little bit better, let me know. And I guess I'm going to get back to trying to fry my green tomatoes here, and I'll see you next time around.